Hi everyone, it's Rita. We just had a full moon. So be gentle on yourselves. You're mostly fluid. I don't know if it's necessarily water, but maybe. We're fluid. We respond to the moon. We respond to the tides. And one of the things that is a great intention to do during a full moon is to really put out intentions around what you want to be experiencing more of. And I think I did a video the other day for humanity from the Akashic Records, and it was kind of like, in that space, it was sort of like you really got to own the feeling state of what you want to experience, and what you focus on expands, right? So the flow through me state versus the by me achiever, I got to do this, I got to read my mantra, I got to do this, I got to do that, right? You need to get in a really good brainwave state that's closer to theta. And in theta, you can't really hear the conscious mind. So that's where meditation, that's where sort of some of these guided shares with hypnosis and stuff take you into those sort of slower brainwave states where you're more receptive. So that's why in the morning it's really good to quiet your mind and just kind of connect in. And I call it quieting your mind because I was first told that I would connect more and more through meditation. And I read books on meditation. I thought about doing transcendental meditation. And then finally one day I actually saw a psychic for the first time ever. And he had me expand light in my body before our reading. And I slowed my breath. And I learned through using a product where I could read my brainwave states, I learned that for me, if I can slow my breath down and I actually would think of things I was really, because your brain can't actually go blank. People, I mean, if you're a monk, maybe, but most people can't do that. So I would keep a pen and pencil, or a paper and pencil or pen next to me, and I would try to calm my brain. I would go into a state where I would just breathe real slow, shut my eyes, and I would think of things. I noticed with playing with the brainwave machine that if I thought of things that I was grateful for, that it would get even slower. And so the more I could shallow my breath and think of things I was really appreciative and grateful for, and then if I did have a thought like, oh, I need to email such and such, then I'd write it down. That way my brain wasn't thinking about, oh, I got to do this or I got to do that. You know, the to-do list that can pop up in your head, right? So in the morning, that's why you're in a more connected to the energy that you are. And I started a film. You can actually, we're creating a film. It's called Revelation of You. If you go to revelationofyou.com, you can sign up for updates. It's documentary where I've been exploring with friends the energy field around the body and how it changes, kind of like Dr. Emoto's Water Crystal Project. And I've learned a lot. And what I know for sure is that we have energy around us that's supporting us. Guides, angels, past loved ones, they're there because we're mostly energy. If you haven't seen it, the FDA has approved using sound and frequency to attack cancer or kill cancer cells in the body. You know, I don't know if it's because Bobby Kennedy's in there. I don't know what's happening. Maybe if this is my reality, then this is what I'm creating, you know, where we're going into a whole new place where we're understanding that we're energy, right? So manifesting from a state where your subconscious is believing what you're seeing or owning. And if you've ever followed Neville Goddard or like Peter Sage or Marissa Peer or Dr. Joe Dispenza or any of these folks, Dr. Bruce Lipton, who we interviewed in the film, and done some interviews with his nephew Alex. In fact, I interviewed Alex in the film too with Dr. Bruce. We talk about like the idea is if we're energy, how can we create more happiness in our lives? And we can create a lot of happiness by trying to own the things that we feel will bring us happiness, right? Most people think if I had a lot of money or if I was wealthy or if I had the great partner or or, if I, had my health, if I had this, if I had that, right? So they're all based on happiness, right? Wanting to be more happy. And I was very moved on the first, I did a abundance thing with Peter Sage, and there was a guy who was very authentic about his addiction, and he wanted to get over his addiction so he could be happy. And I think a lot of people are addicted to different things because they think it's gonna make them happy. And at the end, when you really dissect it, right? We all want happiness. So one of the ways to get to that state is like the wealth state or the relationship state or whatever, or the health state. If you can every day go into that calm space where you're kind of tinkering a little bit with your subconscious, and you actually can own and feel what it would be like to already have that experience. Like if you've want a partner and you can feel your partner wrapping their arms around you and telling you how amazing and adoring and beautiful you are, and how they're excited to be with you and they love you, or you own the energy of, I can have anything I want, I can buy anything I want, I have this. Start getting into gratitude about, I have this beautiful nature setting that I can go into, I have beautiful friends, I have family that loves me, I have a beautiful dog, I have, all the things that make you feel wealthy, because it's not just about money, right? But it's the feeling state of the abundance, right? So the more you can do that throughout your day, or the health, like if you're right now can't move your body, but you can imagine and be in your mind dancing and gliding across the dance floor, and just feeling every cell in your body just expanding and glowing, the more that you can go into those sort of feeling states without a contradiction in your head. And I'll give you a little somatic exercise that Marissa Peer shares too, is like, if you go side to side and say, I'm erasing and eradicating any negative thought or belief. I'm erasing any negative thought or belief. I'm erasing and eradicating. So you're moving a little bit, which is part of the energy, right? So you're kind of trying to block and move whatever that thought is, that subconscious thought. It could be a program that you're working on. And I learned in my learning about neuroplasticity, I know that if you can hold a positive thought for more than, I think it's 17 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds, and it doesn't have to be like earth-shattering, it could just be, I made my bed, and my bed looks really nice. I love having clean sheets, I love it's all crisp looking, and I love getting into clean sheets at night, and I just love my bed, and I love the pillow I have, or in the morning, just really appreciating your pillow or whatever. I have a little membership group. It's now $8 a month. I lowered it because we meet twice a month. I record a Zoom. We open up the Akasha of our group. We ask, what do we need to know this week? And it's on a Patreon site. It should be in my link somewhere. If you go to Patreon, put Shine Your Inner Light in, and you should see me pop up. And you can join us. It's only $8 a month. It's monthly, so you can stop anytime you want. And then I post the Zoom calls back on the Patreon site, so you can check them out. And there was a person in our group yesterday that was like, oh, there's a lot of Jamie was like, there's a lot of great information in here. There's a lot of guidance comes through. There's a lot of just stuff to keep you in flow. It's all about flow. You don't want to be in victim mode, like the to-me state, the by-me state, which is the overachiever, working all the time, got to make this happen, put my to-do list together, got to do this, this is my steps to get somewhere. You can certainly manifest things that way in your life, but the universe can't give you everything it wants to give you if you've already got it figured out, or you already know the steps. So the flow me state is really where you want to get. So if you can get into those good feeling states, utilize this full moon energy. It's here for you. Remember, you're mostly water, you're mostly fluid. So it's pulling on you and it's stretching you, and you get an opportunity to use it. Think of all the things and feel all the things you want, and say to yourself, it is done, it is done, it is done, and see what shows up. All right, much love to you. Oh, I also do Akashic record readings. They're reduced right now to $175 an hour. We Zoom. We get clarity in your Akash where you're known and loved through all your lifetimes. And I send you the Zoom. And you can email me at smile citrine, like the crystal, smile, and then CITRINE at protonmail.com. All right, much love to you.